Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Pada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupa Sarajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Sajivam Sadvaita Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Ambitamscha Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kirpasindhyubhya cha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha Vrindayai Tulasi Devyai Priyayai Kesavasya cha Krishna Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavatyai Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Dandavat, dear devotees. Dandavat to everyone. Good morning to everyone. I hope we're doing very good. How's the weather today in Sweet Lake City? Beautiful blue sky, green, full of colors, and it's a perfect day to do service, to try to give more of ourselves, which is a challenge. Especially when things that happen to us and we don't want them to happen are happening. What are our gurus telling us? Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Goswami Maharaja, Srila Guru Maharaj, just to try to become loving units. Maybe this is what it is all about, to choose to give instead of taking. So this is another day, another attempt to try to become loving units. But by ourselves, we cannot really be pure loving units. We cannot really be real loving units. We will be just imitating if it wasn't for the help of our gurus, of our divine masters, of our divine guidance. So today, we are going to do some readings, some Kirtanam Seva, which means talking about the glories of the Lord, the glories of the divine source of the ultimate reality, Lord Sri Krishna. And the best way to do it is just repeating the words of our gurus. And it's also nice to hear about this, even if we do not understand what we're saying. It's fine. Don't you worry. This is not about understanding. It's just about letting it get into your heart. We were reading the book Divine Guidance by Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Goswami Maharaj, which is our divine master over there, Srila Gurudev. And he has given us many books that we can read. I wish I could have met him personally, but dear devotees of mine, like Bimal Krishna Prabhu, Braja Mohini Didi, Sudarshan Prabhu, Shileka Didi, they all met him. And just by hearing the stories of how he was with them is so inspiring. But we're still trying to connect with him through his books, through his sacrifice, through his temples all over the world. So, divine guidance. We're almost done. We're almost finished with this book. So, okay, I'm gonna read where Divya Shakti Devi left off, and it was on a question by a devotee to Srila Govinda Maharaj. And this was the question: you have much faith in my ability to manage, but I cannot see how it is possible to carry out your order, and I fear that if I continue, then the situation will get much worse. Please, Maharaj, remove me from this position and appoint someone else, and I will try to serve that devotee. If it is your desire that I continue, then I shall have to try again. But I am deeply frustrated and I feel hopeless. Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj replied in the following way. In our practitioner's life, for the time being, many disturbing things and also frustration must come. But with our deep service, intention, and faith, by the mercy of Srila Guru Maharaj, everything will be vanquished. Every morning in winter we shall not see the clear sun, as some days must be foggy, but we do not stop our duty because of that. Sri Krishna said in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Madras parsastu kaunteya, shitoshna sukha dukkha daha, agamapayino nityastams titiksas vavarta. What is necessary is only our capacity to tolerate. And this is also one kind of test. If I think of my own life history, almost every day I have spent with anxiety in my service life. But I am happy with that. That is, I am thinking that Krishna is taking something from my energy for his divine service by making me worried. When a good boy, after trying hard, fails his class exam, what does his father do? Does he oust him from the house or give him nourishment to give him more enthusiasm? We must remember this. Alabde ba binashte ba baksha chadana sadane abiklava matir bhutva harime badiya esmaret. Therefore, we must try with our double energy to fulfill the desire of our Guru Maharaj for the super benefit of our spiritual lives. Whatever is my duty is exclusively mine. I cannot give any share to anyone to make a massacre. If I know that only I can do the duty that has come to me, then I must do that. Those who can accept the challenge of service to Guru Gauranga then can do many things even beyond their capacity by the grace of their lordships. Therefore, don't you worry. I can remember one phrase in Bengali poetry that says that even if the whole world will leave their service with a crying mood, I will not run, but I will try. Srila Guru Maharaj many times recited this story of Rabindranath Tagore. Yadi tordaka shune ke una ashe tave esha la kalore. If nobody will come to you, you must proceed alone, without even a stick. It is necessary to be steady in your point of position of service. It is a very high thing. But for your attention, I can say humbly, but beyond my jurisdiction, in remembrance of Srila Guru Maharaj, Srimati Radharani cannot tolerate to give any other party her divine exclusive service share for Krishna. I think it is enough for your remembrance. We have got this very rare human body, intelligence, energy, and many qualifications for the service of Krishna. Therefore, we cannot allow ourselves to make a massacre of our service mind in exchange for some part of the mundane. Dear Prabhu, Srila Govinda Maharaj is speaking to this afflicted devotee that he feels he cannot do his service anymore. It's too much for him. So Srila Govinda Maharaj is supplying some words of affection and enthusiasm, empathy. Dear Prabhu, don't you be worried for any illusory environment. You must think that Srila Guru Maharaj is always with us, watching us and taking care of us. It must be we will finally get a victorious service position by His divine mercy. We are very fortunate. That is we are enlightened by Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Swami Maharaj's divine service life. After Srimad Mahaprabhu, this kind of wave of devotion has not come out until the time of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. That wave has been blown all over the world by Srila Swami Maharaj and Srila Guru Maharaj in order to successfully smash the illusory environment. Illusory environment. And now, the whole world is chanting Hare Krishna. By hook or by crook, they established Krishna consciousness. Braja Didi, what is the meaning of by hook or by crook?
In any which way possible.
Thank you. In any way possible, by hook or by crook, they established Krishna consciousness. But if we think how much obstruction came into their lifetime, we must forget our own sorrow and difficulties. Srila Das Goswami said that when you will be in a very much troubled position from your inner enemies, Kama, Krodha, Lova, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Krodha. I think Krodha means anger, right? Yeah, that's a difficult enemy. You chant loudly the name of your protector, the Vaishnavas. Pray to them for the protection of your spiritual divine life. And if you are sincere, you must get help from them. You must get help from them. Then I can only say, proceed, proceed, and proceed. And the foggy sky must timely leave your vision. Question. We have read in a book from another temple that union is higher than separation, and we are having some problems understanding the explanations given there. In the past, we have always read in books by Srila Swami Maharaj Prabhupada and Srila Guru Maharaj that Vipralamba, separation, is the highest mode in Krishna consciousness. How are these statements compatible? Srila Govinda Maharaj replied, and by the way, Dandavat Bhima Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Megan Makula. Good to see you here, dear devotees. Okay, Srila Guru Maharaj replied, my feeling is that even after 1,000 births more, such persons as grow that statement will never be able to understand what is Vipralamba and what is contained there. Mahaprabhu stayed 12 years in Gambhira tasting the separation mood of Srimati Radharani to Krishna extremely. And that is the super expression of Krishna Prema. Krishna Prema, love for Krishna, love for God. Such super expression came out through Vipralamba. Otherwise, it is not possible to taste Krishna Prema. We can get some idea of how deep it is that Mahaprabhu took the form of Radharani's Baba and Kanti, and that is not the mood of union, but the mood of separation. Everyone, including even a child goat in this mundane world, knows what union is. Therefore, it is not necessary to teach anyone to enjoy. They already know. So it is not necessary to clarify that for anyone. But all the attentive energy is to be used for what? What is not known in the transcendental mood of separation? Why was such mood tasted by Mahaprabhu again and again? Mahaprabhu's feeling always returned to the tasting of Vipralamban, the mood of separation from Krishna. The subject matter of Mahaprabhu was to taste what deepest degree of feelings were felt by Srimati Radharani. It is not possible to express by language the mood of separation that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tasted in Gambhira. But Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj tried to show something in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, 2nd chapter. Throughout the whole of Chaitanya Charitamrita, the mood of separation is present. And why do we say that this is the supreme mood of the play, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Just what degree of Baba, divine feeling, is in Srimati Radharani that Krishna appeared as Mahaprabhu in order to take her mood and taste that? Who is the enjoyer? What is enjoyment? And who is being enjoyed through the mood of suffering? Who is enjoyer? What is enjoyment? And who is being enjoyed through the mood of suffering? Everyone knows enjoyment, especially conditioned souls like us, like all of us, involved with sexual enjoyment and thinking it gives the highest happiness within this mundane world. Jai Mahaprabhu. Everyone knows enjoyment, especially conditioned souls involved with sexual enjoyment and thinking it gives the highest happiness within this mundane world. But he who can say that the highest, super painful mood of separation can give the supreme feelings, the only one who can say that is Srimad Mahaprabhu. One shloka expressed by Kaviraj Goswami about Madhavendra Puri's feeling of the mood of separation from Krishna is Aidina Tayadra Nata he Maturanata Kadavalokyashe Hidayam Tval Daloka Kataram Dayita Brayanti Kim Karomi Aham Eishloka Kahiya Chinradhara Thakurani. This shloka was extremely expressed by Srimati Radharani, and through her super mercy, Sripad Madhavendra Puri also tasted it at the last moment of his life. After that, only Srimad Mahaprabhu and no one else is qualified to taste it fully. This is the opinion of Srila Kaviraj Goswami. You try to consider the following. What is that Krishna cannot taste himself? What was it? I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm going to read the paragraph again. You try to consider the following. What is that Krishna cannot taste himself? What was it that Krishna wanted to taste, that he appeared in the form of Mahaprabhu? Why did Krishna take the mood and color of Radharani, and what was his taste in matter? What did Krishna taste in the form of Mahaprabhu during his pastimes here? What mood did Mahaprabhu show in Puridam, especially in his Gambhira Lila? And why did he feign to see Krishna in Kurukshetra in the form of Jagannatha? Why did Chandidas write in one poem, Laka laka yuga hiye rakanu, tavu hiya yudana nagila? Meaning, why did Radharani say she couldn't be satisfied by embracing Krishna for millions of years? What mood is expressed here? What mode of tasting is given by Srila Kaviraj Goswami in expressing Mahaprabhu's Antya Lila in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita second chapter? That which Radharani tasted in separation of Krishna when he did not return but sent Uddhava to see Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu tasted that Brahmara Gita in an intoxicated way continuously for 12 years like an extremely madman. If such souls are foolish, then all the residents of Vrindavan, including the gopis, are foolish. Why didn't they get straight into a chariot like a taxi and go just half an hour to Mathura instead of foolishly living in Vrindavan? But if that author of the book you mentioned, with his conception was to taste the mood of union, he will immediately become pregnant. Then what will be for him? What was it that Rupa Goswami expressed in a praising way about the mood of Krishna Prema, in separation when he said, Pidabir Navakala Kuta, etc.? Then the power of even a young cobra poison is defeated by the Krishna Prema of separation. Actually, I am not eager to give answer to this, but I am only remembering the mood of Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Swami Maharaj. I am extremely hating to give any answer to this question of childish mood of praising union. That is, everyone knows the position of union. I know what is hell, and I have some experience about heaven. But I do not know what is the destination of one who wants to criticize the dearmost associates of Radharani, as well as Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Deva. He has not even the smallest idea about Krishna consciousness, especially about the 12 years of Mahaprabhu's living in Gambhira, and the mood of Radharani tasted by Mahaprabhu, the non-different form of Krishna. Can you say what kind of destination awaits such a person? If the residents of hell see such a person, they must be fearful of him and need to make a new hell for him. We have taken refuge at the lotus feet of our Srila Guru Maharaj, and therefore Krishna has been gracious to give us all protection from the concocted ideas of the foolish. If you read only Srila Guru Maharaj's books and try to serve only in his line, you will be joyful and worry-free, and very quickly you will make progress on your transcendental homeward journey. That is the answer that Srila Gurudev gave to this devotee asking about union and separation mood. He said that in this book he was reading that union is more important than separation. And Srila Gurudev, in a very humble way, remembering the mood of Srila Prabhupada and Srila Guru Maharaj, explained the different gradation of rasa, of feeling between union and separation. He's saying we all know what union is. We have a misconception idea of union though. Anyways, then there's another question asked by a devotee to Srila Gurudev again. And it's a different question. He says, I am running a purely vegetarian restaurant, but a devotee quoted you as saying that devotional service and business should not be mixed. He also implied that it isn't proper to offer foodstuffs to Sri Guru and Gauranga before serving it out. I have a little trouble to understand this. Please say something on this matter for us. And we will continue reading the answer by Srila Gurudev tomorrow. We have to finish the transmission early today for several reasons. All right. Divine Guidance by His Divine Grace Swami Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Oh, my leg is frozen. I cannot move it. It happens very often when I'm reading, and it kind of distracts me when I'm reading. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, Dave. We're gonna chant Hari Haraya, Hari Haraya Nama Krishna, which is a song. Well, actually, I don't really understand why we chant it. We chant it after every lesson, but by reading the meaning of the song is just to chant the glorious names of the Lord and His associates, because they all have given us all of this medicine. Nam Sankirtan. Right? Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Gopal Govinda Ram Shimadhusudana Giridhari Gopinath Magana Mohana Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Radhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Rupa Sanata Mata Raghunata Shiva Gopala Bhata Dasa Raghunata Jai Gosai Kori Charana Bandana Jaha Hoite Vinana Savista Purana Jai Gosai Jara Muitara Dasa Tasavara Pagare Numora Panchagrasa Radhira Charana Sevi Vasasani Vasa Janame Janame Mora Yavilasa Jai Gosai Jave Vraje Koila Vasa Ratha Krishna Nitya Lila Koila Prakasa Anandi Guru Hari Vajavindavana Shiguru Vaishnava Pari Majai Jamana Shiguru Vaishnava Para Panna Koriyasa Harinam Sankirtana Koke Narotama Dasa Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Jai Om Vishnu Pa Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda de Goswami Maharaja ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pa Srila Bhakti Raka Srila de Goswami Maharaja ki Jai. Jai Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. Rupa Nuga Guru Varga ki Jai. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radhara Shiva Sari Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna ki Jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mission ki Jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Ma ki Jai. Acharya Vrinda ki Jai. Vaishnava Mandala ki Jai. Colon Cartels ki Jai. Harinaman Sankirtan. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Haribu. Jai Gurudev, Jai Vimal Krishna Prabhu ki Jai. Thank you for being here, hearing the divine words of Srila Gurudev with us this morning. Once again, it's always a pleasure to see your names on the chat, to read your Dandavat. It's very inspiring every morning. And our gurus are giving us this benefit, even though we don't really comprehend it. But it feels good to feel union and to feel the support from each other in this spiritual path, in this war. Dandavat, pranams, have a glorious day. Hope you are joyful no matter what in this morning. Dandavat Bhima Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Megan Makulum and everyone that is watching this morning. Have a beautiful day.